everything you need to build, manage, and scale efficiently. VPS, Virtual Private Servers. Our VPS solutions are built for performance, stability, and full control. Whether you're running websites, applications, or custom systems, you get a secure and flexible environment that can scale with your needs. Domains. Secure the perfect domain for your brand and establish a strong online presence with reliable domain options. WHM, Web Host Manager. Take full control of your hosting environment with WHM. Easily manage multiple accounts, allocate resources, and maintain smooth server operations from one powerful dashboard. cPanel, a simple and user-friendly interface that allows you to manage files, emails, databases, and websites without stress. Everything in one place. Fishlets, best kind of fishlets you can think of with auto graphs. Pages. Different types of pages available, from basic setups to more advanced live panels, depending on your needs. Links. EvilJinx Link, custom links tailored to your requirements. Just describe what you want, and our tech team is always ready to deliver. Leads. Access to numbers, emails, and business leads. Simply specify the type of leads you need. SMTP. SMTP set to hit every inbox. We have different servers for different inbox. Letter. Well, encrypted letter. Senders and mailers. Complete mailing solutions to support your campaigns and communication needs. This video is only a brief overview. There are many more tools and systems available, far too many to list here. To keep things simple and focused, I've highlighted just a few. There's a whole range of tools we didn't even get into, like validators, extractors, sorters, mail vault systems, and much more. The list goes on, but for the sake of keeping this video short and straight to the point, we'll stop here. When I say any tool, I mean it. Whatever madness you can think of, just give us a clean description. Our team will design and build it fast, clean, and built to perform. Our work is authentic, built for performance, and valued accordingly. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to build and dominate the market. I have a $1 billion dream, not a $1,000 mindset. This is about building a community where making money and growing together becomes easier when the right people are involved. Work with the right team. Build with people who have complete motion on spamming. Let's create something powerful together. Thank you for staying with me up to this point. We still have a long way to go, maybe hours, or at least some solid minutes. So I won't be able to lay out our entire vision in this tutorial. The video is limited, and if I were to give a complete framework, it would take days to finish. Imagine watching one simple video for days. You probably forget your own name at that point. So understand that what I'm giving you here is a full picture of what a one-on-one tutorial would feel like, even though it can't be fully captured in this format. What we are building is a powerful combination of multiple systems designed to solve all spamming problems. Once you join our Telegram channel, you'll gain deeper insight, stronger knowledge, and a clearer understanding of everything we are creating and offering. Every single day, we push ourselves to break down and solve problems faced by spammers. So yeah, you can call us problem solvers. No caps, just solutions. I'm honestly very broad in what I do. I deal with all types of spam. BEC, BAM, credit cards, socials, virus, botnet, screen connect, etc. Basically, if it's a problem, I've probably seen it, fixed it, or I'm currently fighting. I spent a lot of time deciding where to start this course, and I finally chose BEC, Business Email Compromise, because that's where my main focus is right now. Since it's part of my daily activities, every morning I'm setting something straight in my field. It allows me to give a proper explanation of what is 100%, what is 80%, and even what is 0%. Because trust me, every day I'm troubleshooting something. Sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't, but that's how you really learn. This video will be one of the most impactful pieces of content you'll watch on spamming, so stay till the end. Don't skip, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Before we get into the practical not in place. With access to just one company email address, there is a strong possibility of reaching many others within the same organization. Email systems are interconnected, and the trust between coworkers or business partners makes it easier for messages to be accepted without suspicion. To keep this video short, I'll keep things simple. Let me give you a quick illustration of how one compromised email can potentially expose multiple accounts. Having access to just one person's email might seem small, but in reality, it can open the door to an entire company database, which is a high risk. Let's say Mr. A's email account is compromised within an organization. Let's call it Justice Firm & Co. Now, in this company, there are other workers with different roles and positions. Let's label them Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, Mr. E, and Mr. F, and out of all of them, Mr. F is the accountant. Smiling. Money control. Every attacker's favorite target. Now, if you gain access to Mr. A's mailbox, you doesn't just rush in immediately. You take time, minutes, hours, days, or even months to study everything. You go through existing email threads, observe how people communicate, the tone they use, the type of documents they normally share, and even their email signature. With all this information, they can craft a message that looks very familiar and trustworthy, something simple, like a routine document request, and send it to Mr. F. Because it appears to come from someone Mr. F already works with, and it follows a normal communication pattern. There's a high chance he will open it without suspicion and follow the instructions attached. That could lead to another compromised account. And the same risk applies to Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D, and Mr. E. This is how a single email breach can spread across an entire company, one account at a time. That explanation about BEC was very straightforward and easy to understand for me. However, I'm not ruling out the fact that some people may find it hard to understand or may learn more slowly. So, for those who are getting confused, just hang on. This is only the theory part. We're still going to go a bit more in depth, and there will also be a practical class. As we move forward with the video, everything that doesn't make sense right now will start to make a lot more sense. I totally understand that not everyone is a fast learner, and trust me, it's not a problem to be a slow learner. The most important thing is that, no matter how long it takes, you make sure you understand it, even if it means going over it again and again. You can't imagine how many times winners retry before achieving success. Whether you're fast or slow, you can still be a winner. So, if you're having trouble following this video, or nothing is making sense, and you genuinely want to learn, feel free to reach out to me. Just note that spamming comes with a cost, so please don't come begging. For those who are following along, let's keep going. This video will give you a good template of what the program is about. So when you reach out to me, we'll have a lot to talk about. I've been a slow learner myself, though mine had a reason. I used to get easily distracted by things, but the moment I understood how my brain works, I became much better. I mean, really good. I shared this short story to let you know that I can relate to every condition and understand how to handle each one as it deserves. I know how it feels when someone says, click the encryption button and inject the file into the manager. And you're just there, blank, trying to act like you understood. I've totally been in your shoes. That's why I teach in a gentle way, so that in the end, I achieve my goal. And you can confidently refer your family and friends to me as my community continues to grow bigger and better. In a scenario like this, click the encryption button and inject the file into the manager. I would prefer to break it down properly so you truly understand. Instead, I'd guide you step by step like, look to your left. Do you see any blue button there? Okay, click it. Now look down. You'll see upload. Click that and upload the file I just sent to you. No pressure. Trust me, anyone can learn anything, and nobody is unteachable. You just need a good teacher, someone who genuinely loves teaching and is patient enough to walk you through the process properly. So, let's break down BEC properly. I'll start with one of the funniest questions I've been asked. Some people actually ask me, where can I find a BEC email? Here's the truth. There's no such thing as a specific BEC email. The term business email compromise clearly shows that any email used for business communication can become a BEC email. BEC isn't tied to a particular provider. It's all about the interaction and context of the email, not the brand itself. That said, some providers are used more by business professionals and corporate workers, which a typical personal user might not usually think about opening. Everyone thinks BEC is only tied to Office 365, but no, it goes beyond that. I'll make this very clear. Providers that have a higher concentration of business and corporate users tend to be the main targets for spammers. I'll be listing a few of these shortly. There are so many types of providers that are popular with business and corporate workers. I'll just be listing a few of the main ones. Office 365, Zebra, Ionis, Hostinger Mail, Yahoo Business, Zoho. Though it mixes personal and business users, it still covers mostly business. Rackspace, Noel, and so many more. Now, Office 365 is often mentioned because it has a huge user base and is widely used by so many organizations. But here's the important point. BEC is not limited to Office 365. Any email service that supports high-volume business communication can be a potential target. In short, it's not about the provider, it's about how the email is used. We mention providers because some handle more business volume than others, making them higher value targets. Now that we already have a solid idea of what BEC is, I'm sure you've got a clearer picture forming in your head. Before we move on, let's do a quick summary. BEC, Business Email Compromise, is when a business email account is taken over without the owner knowing. The attacker studies communication patterns, interactions, and behaviors, often with the goal of manipulating conversations, most times leading to diversion of funds. It can be used in different ways, But the biggest move usually involves unauthorized transactions from a business partner in the email to you, the hacker. Now that we're clear on this, here's where things get really interesting. The next part we're moving into is where I'll show you how this concept can be flipped into a billion-dollar opportunity. Trust me, this is where it starts to get exciting. And honestly, this is the most interesting part of the whole theory. Now we're getting into the most important part of the video, how to turn this full method into real money. This is where strategy meets execution. This is where hard work meets brains. At this stage, we are breaking down practical ways to monetize the entire concept, step by step. I'm about to teach you how to generate serious income with this method and show you how to move from concept to profit. Let's dive in and build a clear path from idea to income. If all business transactions are conducted via email, it means that Mr. A and Mr. B would have been communicating over time, building a history or thread of messages related to their business before any payment is scheduled. Now, introduce Mr. C, the interceptor, who is quietly observing the communication. At the point when payment is about to be made, or when the interceptor, which is you, feels confident enough to take control and exploit the situation. Since email systems allow the use of filters and rules, you can manipulate the mailbox by redirecting or hiding incoming messages. For example, messages from Mr. A to Mr. B can be sent to the trash or moved to another folder without Mr. B noticing, depending on what type of mailbox you have access to. At this stage, the normal flow of communication is disrupted. The genuine messages from Mr. A are no longer visible to Mr. B, and the interceptor, Mr. C, steps in to continue the conversation. As a result, the discussion shifts from the real business owner, Mr. A, to the interceptor, Mr. C, who now assumes the role of the primary correspondent without Mr. B realizing the change. At this point, you're now in full control of the conversation and can begin to manipulate critical information. The most common target is banking details. Once control is established, the attacker can present updated payment instructions, making it appear as though the legitimate party has changed their bank account. Instead of the original recipient's details, the attacker provides their own banking information. As a result, when payment is made, the funds are redirected to the attacker's account rather than the intended recipient. There are other possible manipulations, such as changing the delivery address for goods or redirecting where checks are sent. However, for now, the main focus is on the funds. You might be wondering whether the person would notice a difference in the account name. The answer is no. In most cases, there would be no visible name difference and no immediate reason for suspicion. I'll go into this in more detail during a personal class. Now that you have a clear example of what BEC looks like and how it operates, and how thousands, millions, or even billions can be diverted, you can see how serious and in many ways fascinating this topic is. I could go on and on about it, but we need to keep this video concise so it doesn't become too long or boring. Next, we'll move on to the theory aspect, how BEC access, logs, is obtained. Before we dive into the practical process, let's first cover the final part of the theory section, what tools are involved and how BEC access, logs, is obtained. BEC email logs are often obtained through spamming. As you already know, spamming is the act of sending large volumes of unsolicited messages, usually via email, messaging platforms, or social media, to a wide number of recipients without their consent, with the goal of retrieving or delivering specific information. While explaining how spamming works, I will also be listing the tools involved and explaining their purposes. This will help you understand how these tools work together collectively and the kind of results they can produce. Spamming, especially in this context, is quite technical. The first thing to understand is that before any spam activity begins, the focus is often on creating deceptive link, also called phishing link. This usually involves imitating trusted platforms. For example, if the target is a well-known service like a bank or email provider, let's say Chase Bank or BOA or AR, Office 365, and so on, you have to create a direct replica of their original site. Since we are focusing on BEC, the key element here is imitation. Attackers rely heavily on creating an environments that closely resemble legitimate ones. These are designed to look familiar and trustworthy, so that victims feel comfortable enough to engage or share sensitive information. In simple terms, the success of this method depends on how convincing the imitation is. If it looks real, people are far more likely to trust it. What you need to create a fake imitation site includes a few key components. Hosting service. This could be a VPS, cPanel, CyberPanel, or any hosting environment where the site will be stored and made accessible online. Script or template. These are pre-built files or code, such as page templates, that help replicate the look and structure of a legitimate website. This can be a PHP-based page, a JavaScript-based page, or a fish link, depending on the method being used. Domain name. This is the web address used to access the site, often chosen to closely resemble a real and trusted domain to appear convincing. The second step we will be working on is the letter. After creating the link, you don't just start sending it out to people. Obviously, nobody will want to click a link if they don't know its purpose or what it is for. So, you need to support the link with a letter explaining why they should click on it. The letter can be in any format, such as PDF, zip, HTML, or TXT. The main purpose of the letter is to inform the recipient and clearly explain the reason why it is important to click the link. Now, we will be using an HTML letter as an example. After creating a professionally designed HTML letter, it should have a properly structured layout that supports logos, images, and branding elements. This kind of design creates a strong sense of realism in the reader's mind. Once the person reads the professional-looking letter, they may begin to believe it is legitimate and important. The message in the letter usually presents a problem and suggests that the solution can be found by clicking the embedded button or link. Once the button is clicked, the user is redirected to a website. In this scenario, everything the user does on that site would be sent to your result inbox, as the fake site you created is set up to track and report every action and information. Third procedure, leads. The third procedure we would be looking at is leads. Email leads are lists of email addresses or contacts that messages are sent to. In unethical situations like spam, these may be used to send unsolicited messages, often without the recipient's permission. Basically, leads are the people who receive your message. They are your audience. Leads are very important because, without leads, who are you sending your message to? Every spamming process depends on having the right audience. In BEC, the focus is on getting relevant and verified contacts. For example, business emails that are appropriate for professional communication or transactions. Getting good results really depends the kind of leads you have. Fifth topic, Mailer and SMTP. In this topic, we would be discussing Mailer and SMTP and how they work together. Mailer. A mailer is a tool or system used to send emails to one or many people at the same time. It is an email sending application, software, or system used to compose, manage, and distribute electronic mail to one or multiple recipients, often supporting bulk email delivery, automation, and campaign management. Simply put, a mailer is the application used to send bulk emails. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. SMTP is a standard communication protocol used for transmitting electronic mail across networks. It defines how email messages are sent from a client or mail server to a recipient's mail server, enabling reliable email delivery over the internet. Simply put, SMTP is the system that carries and delivers the email to the recipient's mail server. Relationship between Mailer and SMTP. Mailer and SMTP work hand in hand to send emails. The mailer is the tool used to compose and send emails. The SMTP is what powers the mailer and enables it to send emails successfully. The mailer cannot function properly without SMTP. Example of how they work together. You write and send an email using a mailer, bulk email tool. The mailer passes the email to SMTP. SMTP delivers it to the recipient's mail server. The email is then placed in the inbox, spam, or rejected depending on server rules. Key understanding: SMTP is the power behind the mailer. Without SMTP, the mailer can prepare emails but cannot send them. SMTP is a powerful email delivery system that controls how and where an email is delivered, helping determine whether a message reaches the inbox, spam folder, or gets rejected by the receiving server. Simple summary: mailer equal tool used to send emails. SMTP equal system that delivers emails. Together equal, they make email sending possible. Now we will be shifting gears to the practical part of this class, since we've completed the theory. However, before we conclude and begin the practical session, I'd like to summarize the entire process by connecting everything we've covered so far, so it all makes better sense. From when the victim clicks the link, you would know because you would be notified and can see type of device the victim is using. Every info entered and cookies to bypass too far would be captured. Now that the link is available, a clear letter should be included to inform the victim of its purpose. This is where the message becomes important. It explains why the link is being provided and what the victim should expect and procedures to follow. The link should be embedded within a button in the letter so that when the victim clicks it, they are redirected to the cloned website. The letter ensures the victim understands the reason for the action. If you already have your link embedded in a letter, the next step is who to send it to, and that should be the victims. This is where leads comes up, people to send the letter to. Now that everything is set, the embedded letter with the link and the leads, the next step is to determine the quality of those leads and identify where they belong. How can you tell if the leads are valid? How do you know whether they are associated with platforms like Ionis, Hostinger, Outlook, or Zoho? This is where sorting and validation come into play. These tools and processes help organize the leads, verify their authenticity, and categorize them correctly, ensuring you are working with accurate and reliable information. Now that everything is in place, verified leads and a well-prepared letter with an embedded link, the next step is distribution. To reach victims effectively, the message can be sent using a mailing system and SMTP service. These tools allow you to deliver emails at scale, whether to thousands or even hundreds of thousands of recipients, depending on your needs. It's important to ensure that the sending process is properly configured, compliant with email regulations, and optimized for deliverability so that the messages reach the intended inboxes efficiently and responsibly. This is a strong summary. While the full process goes far beyond this, it's a solid starting point and an important tool for getting anyone up and running.